Come visit the wonderful city of Xan'Moxie, a sprawling magical metropolis conveniently located in the center of the multiverse. Xan'Moxie is a glamorous hub of trade, culture, and high adventure. Its denizens come from all corners to make a life for themselves, lit by the neon glow of its crystalline streetlights. Orcs and elves, demons and unicorns, all can be found walking the streets of Xan'Moxie, vying for wealth, status, and whatever else tickles their fancy. Who will you be?
Hello and welcome to Dungeons & Drag Quiz. Hello all you out there at PAX. We're so happy to be back, now in digital form. My name is Peak, and of course, if you've never listened to the podcast before, we are an actual play Dungeons & Dragons podcast set in the marvelous metropolis of Xan'Moxie. Go ahead and meet our players. Introduce yourselves.
Okay. Yeah. Hi everyone, I'm Jack. I'm playing the part of Miriam Gargoyles, Park Ranger of the Xan'Moxie Park Wilds. So she patrols the wilds. She is a ranger as well, 4 classes, and she's a dwarf. She's no nonsense. Sometimes she's quick to anger, but she's got a big heart.
I am AJ, and I play Cleo of Full Charges. She is a high elf warlock. High elf? Yes. I get high elf and half elf confused all the time. Health. She's a healthy warlock, which is actually not true because she's missing part of her soul in the warlock deal. And we actually have just come back from going into hell, where I worked for the law firm Warlock and Warlock, and to retrieve the final part so I can have my full soul back. Because wouldn't that be nice?
And of course, you used to be a demonic lawyer, but now you're a celestial lawyer.
Yeah, now I work for the heavens rather than hell. Is celestial heavens?
Yes,
Is that a synonym?
it's more or less the parallel, yeah.
All right. So she's a good girl. No, she's a bad girl turned good.
Yeah.
Or at least she likes to say that.
Yeah. And she's filthy rich.
I'm surprised it took you that long to mention it.
Once others know.
Just like real life, where I'm incredibly rich.
You can tell from the crown.
Yeah. It's a real
It's
one.
real. Real rubies. And I'm Candice, and I play Tomcat, who is a maker of toasties, essentially. He's a chef, but let's be honest, he's got one thing in his repertoire, and that's fine. And Tom is, I always want to say Tabasky, so it's not Tabasky, it's Tabaxi.
Very good.
Yeah.
I like Tabasco.
Well,
Yeah.
that's
Tabasco
why
from
I'm
now
like,
on.
hang on, it's not Tabasco sauce, it's something that sounds like that. And a rogue, and he is allegedly a thief. But, that will be decided by the courts.
Good thing you've got some good legal representation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very good
Exactly.
legal
Very
representation.
good. Definitely working really hard on
And the
case.
court case is coming up, and they've done so much work.
Lots of paper.
Yes.
Filing.
And like today's adventure, we can because you're back in Xan'Moxie now, we can kind of assume that it's happening during this week that you have after coming back from hell and going to Tom's trial. So you can fit it in somehow.
Sure, slot it in.
So let's begin. Of course, I would play over the character as the DM, obviously.
Yes.
So let us begin. So our story begins, as always, in the marvelous metropolis of Xan'Moxie, a magical city of glitz and glamour at the center of the multiverse. It is a night like any other, as Cleo, Miriam, and Tom are just hanging out as buds with a bit of downtime. They spent a lot of time in hell. It was a very stressful situation. I think you spent 4 or 5 podcast episodes between hell and another plane without having a long rest. So you're pretty tired. So you're having some downtime. So Miriam, I would like to say that you have just, you're all hanging out in Miriam's apartment. And you've just had maybe you've had a fun shopping afternoon.
Oh, yeah.
The 3 of you, and you've gotten your hands on an antique teapot
Oh, yeah.
from a definitely reputable salesman who did not give any bad vibes off at all.
None.
He kept twirling a mustache and saying dark curse, but you're you tell me why you love this teapot so much.
Well, you never see it in this type of jade material. It's beautiful. It's so ornate, yet you can actually see from the hole a whole lot of hot liquid's gonna get out at once. It's not gonna be one of those shitty little, eventually the cup will be full. Yeah.
as you're explaining to your friends, as
Yes.
I imagine you're preparing some tea.
That's right. Oolong for my dear, dear friends. Okay, well, I'll just fill up the cups.
So you've poured the hot water into the teapot.
Yes.
Very good.
I'll pour the hot water into the teapot. and-
So moments after, let's say you're just hanging around in Miriam's kitchen. It's a small 2-bedroom apartment, so it's not too spacious. So you pour hot water into this teapot, and as you start getting the mugs out, you'll see the teapot begin to shake. You hear the sound of steam boiling on the kettle, and it's not even on a stove or anything. As water just erupts from this teapot, tea just begins flowing out of it and forms into a large, vaguely humanoid shape. The teapot is now completely submerged in the chest of this tea elemental. And I would say roll for initiative, but to speed things up, I have a handy little app.
Oh.
So I'm just going to roll initiative for you, and I'll tell you who goes first. But Cleo, as initiative is being rolled, is there anything you'd like to do?
I have it's mainly it's magical. I will use my quick draw crossbow, which is a little crossbow that I keep on my side somewhere in a fashionable manner.
And it's absolutely magical, because when initiative is rolled, you get to just pull it out.
And I get to take
shot.
a fire.
So go ahead and make that attack against this tea elemental.
Why is it always the things you love?
Oh, I think that's 9.
So that's going to miss entirely, as this bolt just goes flying off in Miriam's kitchen.
Is this elemental called Mr. T? And if it's not,
And
it's
do
called
we-
Mr. T.
Pity.
This is Ms. T, thank you very much.
Misty.
Misty.
She is pissed.
Misty. I like that.
Misty.
Yeah, that's cute.
So initiative isn't rolled, and Cleo, you are on first.
Yay!
So right after firing your crossbow, you get to go again.
Nice.
Alright, then I think I will do what I don't think many warlocks have ever done before. I cast 2 Eldritch Blasts.
Gasp, can you
Gasp.
do that?
My living room.
But I want to aim for the teapot.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Inside the elemental.
Alright, so one's a 23 and the other one is an 11.
So the 23 will hit. So the first bolt, let's say the 11 was the first bolt, as the tea elemental just weaves around your blast of magic, just
Which
splashing.
I like run and like open the back balcony door so it goes out.
Just splashes everywhere in this kitchen. But the second one hits, so go ahead and roll damage.
Yay.
This one here.
We've got a dice box, but what's good is that when it can just bounce out? So that is 7.
Cool. So
Oh no,
blast
sorry,
of,
I lied.
Plus your charisma mod.
9.
so a blast of celestial energy goes through this tea elemental. Again, just splashing fragments of it everywhere. Could I get everyone to make dexterity saves?
Oh no. No, you can't. End of game. I like my Eldritch Blast though. Can they come out as like relatively like crumpet shaped?
15.
Absolutely.
10.
14.
So Miriam and Cleo, Cleo, you fired this bolt of Eldritch Blast, aiming for the teapot, and the elemental is kind of just weaved around it. So you've still shot into it, but you've missed the teapot. As Miriam and Cleo, you managed to dodge this shower of scalding hot tea. But Tom, you are showered, and you will take only 2, technically fire damage, scald damage.
Scald.
But you are now drenched.
Aren't I already drenched?
That is also true. Tom is what we neglected to mention earlier, that Tom also made a deal with the sea witch and now is just completely drenched in seawater all the time. But despite this, your clothes do remain dry most of the time. You just get everything else wet. But now you are regularly out with seawater and covered in hot tea. And it's your turn.
All right. So this elemental, is that what it's called? An elemental?
Yeah, tea elemental. Or Ms.
So is
Tea,
it
if you're
made
being-
of tea? It's made of tea,
Yeah, it's
right?
just like
So
a
it's all
vaguely
liquid.
humanoid shape that's just glowering over this kitchen with a teapot floating in the middle.
Okay, all right. So
I'm picturing kind of like No Face, but with like a teapot.
Ooh, love that.
Yeah.
creepy.
From Spirited Away.
Ah.
For those
Oh,
watching at home.
right.
Yeah.
Which is kind of creepy.
Mm.
It's like the scream face almost.
Mm.
All right. So as a chef,
Mhm.
I regularly carry with me chef things. And I don't know if you've seen many chefs around, but they will often have a tea towel over the shoulder. So because it's tea, like I'm kind of thinking about like, you know, a way to absorb it, right? But because also it's a tea towel and like I need to attack in some way, what I'm going to do is one of these ones with the tea
Oh,
towel.
you're going to twirl
You're
it
gonna
out.
wrap
Twirl
tail
it and do like a
You're gonna
flick.
rat tail it.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
right. Go
Is that what you
ahead.
call it in Australia? Rat tailing?
No.
No,
Never heard
that's a different thing
Yeah,
here.
you
It's just like
wrap
a
it up.
long bit of.
Yeah.
Oh no, rat tailing is like you get a tea towel and you do that and then you
And then,
Can you tell 3 of us have ADHD?
guess
Can
which
you tell
three.
which Jack's just being very patient.
Yeah, so Tom, go ahead and make an attack with this. You can treat it as a whip. So you
Yeah.
can just go ahead and use
Or
your
a
regular
rat.
robe.
You can choose.
Treat it as a rat.
I use rat attack.
Hang on. Yes. Oh, that's terrible. That's an 8.
So you splash, you whip out this wet tea towel and you just get tea everywhere again. And now, Miriam, you are just standing next to it and now are completely soaked in hot tea. It manages to cool down a bit before it hits you.
Oh, okay.
So you don't hit any damage, but you are drenched.
Sorry, I thought that was going to work.
And now it's Miriam's turn. You now see your entire kitchen is just dripping with hot oolong.
I'm not happy about this. I'm going to attempt to...
I feel like you would have had a fantasy dream about this moment with your fascination of oolong.
Yeah, so why?
So
is it
wait,
turning
This is a
into-
nightmare
dark
for Miriam.
as
This
desire.
truly is a nightmare.
Okay, yeah, I see.
So maybe I want to try and force it out the aforementioned balcony window door thing.
Mhm.
So I can like push it out of the apartment if I can.
Yeah, go ahead and make me an athletics check to try and
Okay.
grab onto this thing.
I'm going to try and do that.
And look at this.
Oh!
That's cool.
I'm not sure if you can see that on the camera, but it actually just jumped up on another dice.
Ooh.
Not that good a roll though. It's only
No.
a 12.
Oh, that's
But
right. Well,
still,
that beats a 2+ whatever. So also fun world building. Now we know that Miriam's apartment is not on the ground floor and has a
That's
balcony.
correct. Yeah.
So as you charge toward this tea elemental with kitchen rage, you manage to jump at it, trying to tackle it. But you just completely pass through the tea. Your adrenaline is so high that you don't even feel the scalding hot tea. And you manage to grab onto the teapot, and you come out the other side, and you land on the steps of your balcony. What do you do?
So I've got the teapot and the tea monster's still behind me. So
Yeah, it's like beginning to fall apart, but you can see the tea is like kind of drifting towards you, trying to reform around the teapot.
Okay, cool. Just gonna, I paid too much for you, and then just gonna lob it off the balcony.
You're gonna make it someone else's problem. Neighbors.
And you throw it across the balcony, and you hear it shatter somewhere. And as soon as it does, the tea just drops to the floor in your kitchen.
I was gonna say I normally offer to put in another cuppa to cheer myself up, but I don't think it'll work anymore.
And then Miriam and Tom, you feel just something spark at your hip. Wherever you keep your scrying orb, which is, of course, Xan'Moxie's answer to instant communication. It started out as like a relay message stone, and it turned into a smartphone over the course of like maybe 3 episodes of the podcast. So it's just a phone now.
It's a fantasy.
It's a fantasy phone. Well, so Tom, you pull out yours to check on yours, which is now sparking with pink electricity. It is shaped like a small orb that could fit in your hand. But it's just sparking off, and you see it go dead. As Miriam, you pull out your scrying orb, which is an older model and is a bit more brick-shaped.
Yes.
And similarly, you see the sparks fly off of it, and it goes dead. Drenched in tea.
Well, that's a cup of shite. And I suppose you managed to go through unscathed.
And then they turn around and they see Cleo, and she's got an umbrella up. And she's holding a scrying orb in one hand, and she's just like, she's texting or something. And she's just like unaware.
Between firing off a crossbow bolt and firing off 2 Eldritch Blasts, you managed to pull out an umbrella and just hang out. Because that was also just 6 seconds.
That was quick.
She's efficient.
Okay.
Yeah, so Cleo's just on her scrying orb. There are 2 dead ones. What do you do?
Well, I mean, I don't really use it that much, but it's a pain. I mean, do we get new ones?
Well, I mean, I could probably just go happen upon one the way that I did with this one. I mean, there were a lot of dead bodies around. I'm not sure where to find some more dead bodies for me to be able to get a new scrying orb, but I'm sure we could make some.
We've got currency. Why don't we go buy some scrying orbs with our Xan'Moogles, the in-canon currency for this world?
Well, speak for yourself.
I'll make a thing pop up.
Great. Sorry, you don't want to spend your money?
What money?
Don't you remember the last thing you bought turned into a monster that destroyed your apartment?
Right.
Maybe you shouldn't go shopping again today.
That's true, actually.
Maybe I shouldn't.
Something suggests maybe... Well,
You've got money.
yes. It's great. Thank you.
You're right. Maybe you could go shopping.
Shopping. I did that once before. I remember we went to a market. There was a peacock fair involved. That was definitely shopping.
Oh, yes. There was a small fight over a certain object. Yes, I remember. It's coming back.
I think every time Cleo's gone shopping, a fight has happened.
Haven't you gone shopping twice?
Well, technically, you went shopping today when you hung out with Miriam and
true,
bought this teapot.
Yeah.
Okay.
At Cursed Artifacts Warehouse. Don't mind the name. It's got good reviews.
Whilst I am growing accustomed to this shopping idea and concept, I think I killed too many people today. So I may call it a day. Do you not remember what happened when you were buying the teapot? Can we do a cut?
Sure, we flash back to earlier today where you're just in a tea shop somewhere in Xan'Moxie and Miriam's just bartering with like, so we see this dude, he's wearing like a big black robe, his eyes are just completely shadowed and he's like, yes, take this teapot, it's an absolute bargain.
It's like not registering. Just like, but roughly how many cups do you think it would hold?
Have you ever been to like a bazaar or something? And I just imagine this is a really tiny shop in amongst a row of really tiny shops. And you just pan out from Miriam inside, and then you pan to the bigger shot, and Tom and I are fighting in the middle of the street. And there's just random like props and like
there's
items like brass, silverware, all of that stuff is flying around. We've somehow got in a fight with a gang or something, and Miriam has not clocked up.
Yeah, no, you're just fighting with people in the street, and like there are just like objects are just flying everywhere. They're just floating in like a cyclone of like bizarre junk. As you're just fighting with people who are just screaming like, no, I had my eyes on that first! How dare you!
I don't even want it, but your face annoyed me!
And you're just fighting in the streets and people are just dropping dead around you. And Miriam completes this deal for the teapot.
And yeah, as soon as she comes out...
You won't regret this.
Very good. Yes. I'll let you know how it goes.
As you walk out of the store and you turn back and the door is gone. It was never there to begin with.
Ooh.
I'm not going to mention this to anyone.
We flash back to the present, where your scrying orbs are still broken.
Well, normally I wouldn't mind, but I do have a bid on something on Shebay, and I really want to win it. So I reckon we should get these fixed because I'm not going to know my login. So I really need to just fix this particular one. I can't get a new one.
Yeah, okay, yeah, we could get them fixed, I suppose. Who makes these?
And of course, you all know that scrying orbs. You have a moment of forgetfulness, Miriam, as you all remember that, of course, this miraculous marvel is manufactured by the Spherical Labs company, who have their headquarters here in Xan'Moxie itself.
All right, we'll just take it down. Or is it one of those things where you got to book an appointment beforehand and then stand in line for 2 hours?
That's right. You could take it to an Orbital store.
An Orbital store, of course.
But of course, the latest scrying orb just came out, and it's impossible to get an appointment right now.
Do we know anyone on the inside?
Cleo's on her phone whilst this conversation is happening, and she's messaging, and she messages her mate Nokia.
That's
Nokia
right.
Spherica.
Because you've established in universe that you are you went golfing. You used to have a golfing friend who was the niece of the CEO of Spherica Labs, named Nokia Spherica, which you had maybe like 2 seconds to name.
Yeah.
You decided on that one.
Well, Sam was out. Sam's son was out of it.
I like that.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're scrolling through your contacts and you see that. Oh yeah.
I
No.
message Nokia and I say, "Hey, girl, GURL, what sup? SUP? Question mark S? Yes. Question mark! Exclamation mark! Question mark.
Cleo, have you been kidnapped? Also, hey! It's like 3 different texts.
that amount of wilds.
Yeah. What's up? What are you doing?
My friends have broken orbs.
Are we just watching you
Yeah.
text?
My friends have broken orbs like, oh my god, whatever, whomst, but connective. Need help? Question mark. Me, please. Send.
Ah, that's the Cleo I know. Yeah, look, I'm gonna tell you what I told the 5 other people who've already tried to get repairs out of me today. We're all booked out. I can't do any more favors for people, okay? And I'm busy. I've got stuff going on. I don't even have to tell you what kind of stuff I've going on. So you have to find someone else to help you.
Ask her if it's emotional stuff.
Is it emotional, theoretical, academic, systemic?
It's all 4 of those, Cleo. Don't even ask. Anyway, it's not like I know an alternative solution anyway.
Okay, well,
Why would she say alternative solution if she didn't already know one? I think you should press her.
Do not press me. I've had a day.
this is now. Can we just establish this is a voice call instead? This is all just happening.
Are we doing voice memos?
Oh,
Yeah, you're doing voice memos to each other. I was just dictating her text in her voice, but I think she just started sending voice memos.
Yeah.
That's okay. I understand. People need their own time for mental health and well-being and academic being and systemic being, etc. Have a nice day. See you next week at Big Fancy Party. Question mark, exclamation mark, question mark.
Thanks for the concern. See you there. Bye.
Oh my god, Cleo, that was unexpected.
Growth.
What do you mean?
An unexpected growth.
Well, I just got checked by my doctor. He said I'm fine.
Never mind, we'll cover it later. And then Miriam takes out a small check. Yes. Emotional growth check. Puts it away. Okay, well, Nokia can't help us. Maybe there's somewhere we can find them lying around. Do they have a storehouse or something?
And
Oh, let me
another-
just look it up
Oh.
on my... Oh.
And you get another voice memo. Okay, like, I was waiting for you to press me. Anyway, whatever. The alternative solution I mentioned, it's like super totally dangerous and you'll probably die. But like, you can go fix your phones yourself.
Oh, well, let's do that then.
Okay, see you next week.
Wait. We need details.
Oh, details next week.
No, we need them now.
I don't have a lump. My doctor said I was fine.
So the party next week is in East Xan'Moxie, obviously. See you there. You'll find the place.
Oh yeah, it's my house. Also,
Hi, Nokia. It's Miriam here on Cleo's phone. Hope you can understand. Listen, we're trying to get the details on how we get the phones fixed ourselves.
Oh, you're hanging out with other friends? Rude. Anyway, yeah, there's like this like abandoned Spherical Labs testing facility in Smog Yards. You know, like the industrial district of the city. Like, it's like behind some scary back alleys and it looks totally condemned and abandoned. There's probably a reason that we condemned it, but you can get your pest on there.
Okay, Fab. We've been there before. See you soon, babe. XOXO.
Oh, so I guess if you've been there before, I guess you don't need the passcode then.
Oh, no. We've been to Smokestacks. We haven't been to.
Oh, is that like a cool new colloquialism for Smog Yards?
That's the one.
That's cool and hip.
Yeah.
Anyway, you're gonna need the passcode BABA to get in.
Okay.
ABBA?
B-A-B-A. Like, ba-ba, black is the sheep that will haunt you for the rest of your days. Like the old limerick goes.
That's it.
A-B-B-A, A-B-B-A. Yes, I'll just skip the level.
Cleo, I think you're just texting me from your pocket again. I'm just getting a bunch of letters.
No, sorry. It must be the lump.
Anyway, bye.
Okay, so Cleo presses the call carriage 5B button.
Yep, and you call your driver to bring around one of your many carriages to take you from downtown Xan'Moxie to Smog Yards. As you have a short journey as your driver, Turret, and his twin brother, Ballista, who I don't think does any driving, just hangs out there.
Yeah.
I guess he shoots crossbows at...
Also, can we make it canonically that he's there to just like show him cool memes on his driving board while they're driving, like co-pilot?
Yeah, totally. They're co-pilots.
Yeah.
Look at this one. When it says, when your house is taken over by a tree from the Park Wilds. Isn't this relatable? Totally. I don't know if they're
That's a great meme, brother.
Oh, pull up another one.
Oh, Cleo, madam, we've arrived.
No.
Okay.
That is great, because...
Should we wait around, or...?
Have you ever played tic-tac-toe before?
I've never had the pleasure, madam. Please explain tic-tac-toe to me.
Okay, Cleo finds a bit of chalk and starts drawing. But instead of drawing the tic-tac-toe board, she just starts drawing the mathematical principles behind how to win the game. So you just zoom out and it's like, you know that meme where she's like thinking, it's like...
This is that woman just thinking...
the Spanish soap opera.
Yeah.
It's that on the ground.
I think you have like a magic piece of chalk that you can just write in the air like that. So
it's a montage where I teach Ballista to play tic-tac-toe via theoretical math.
Very good. So by the time you finish doing that, Miriam and Tom are just outside waiting for you to finish.
Yeah, well, I guess we're having a look around for the door and the number box.
Yeah. So you've come into some real deep back streets. The carriage can barely fit in the streets, but they have somehow managed. And you see the door that was described in the address, which of course Nokia definitely sent you the specific details of that. Just like down the alleyway. And you can see it just as Cleo is finishing up with her equations.
And toe. You just hear...
That's beautiful, ma'am. I had no idea.
Sometimes the world is what we make it. Let's go! And I just head down into the lab.
Yeah, and
Well, meet us at the door.
yeah, Tom and Miriam are at the door just tapping their feet, I guess. They'd be scrolling through their social media on their scrying obs, but they can't.
Broken.
Cool.
They've been used to conversing with each other like friends.
Yeah. Okay, so what is your star sign?
Well, I'm on the cusp, aren't I? So I'm like mostly a Scorpio, but then occasionally not. It depends on the moon. You've really got to understand the patterns, and you've got to understand the tidal waves, and you've got to understand like what time was you born?
3:30.
AM, PM.
I think it was in the afternoon.
Was it a Thursday or like a Friday?
Well, Mum had a big lunch. And of course, I wasn't the big lunch. But I was what turned out. So,
right.
Yeah.
So you're saying that when your mum gave birth to you, she pooped on your head?
Can't remember, but
it happens more often than you'd think.
Poor people talk about the weirdest things.
As Cleo.
Shall we continue?
All right.
Cleo rocks up, presuming that she is the first one there. And heads to the passcode.
Yeah, so you arrive at a door which is not necessarily locked, but you turn the handle and you kind of have to force it open. And this door leads down to some stairs. As you walk down, you were just hit with a burst of just musty air that has not seen the outside for quite some time. As you go down these stairs and head down a corridor, you come to what looks like a doorway, but it's just covered in signs that say do not enter. It's real bad in there. Forbidden. It just keeps going. But there is a little crystal control panel next to it where you would input a passcode.
All right.
Oh, that's where you got to put ACAB.
Again, it's BABA, like Baba, the black sheep that will haunt you for the rest of your days.
It's canon now.
Yeah, canon. Say it 3 times and it comes true. So you have to be careful.
You want me to put in?
Well, your hand was outstretched and you were just looking back at us.
Oh,
expecting-
usually I just gesture and someone will do the thing that I am thinking.
Okay, we could do it together. And then, like a piano teacher, our hands face each other. And then we, like, touch B, A, B, A. And then our eyes lock for a moment. And then we both hit enter and like, ooh, sexual tension.
You hear a boing as the confirmation sound. As you just hear a whoosh, as these 2 sci-fi doors just slide open. But of course, the wooden planks barring the door are still there. But you can just see the entrance behind you.
Okay.
Or through it, rather.
Well, stand back and allow me. And then she'll take out a warhammer and then...
No need to roll, you just break it down.
smash
You roll
it down.
initiative for the sign. The sign rolled a natural 20.
But Miriam, you destroy the...
Wait, she takes a moment to put her hand against the one that says fragile. And she's like, me too, buddy. And then takes that
Smash.
As you clear the way for your companions, and Miriam, you lead the way down into this facility. And it's completely dark as you enter.
Oh.
And it feels a lot colder than the streets. Like it's a nice, like, balmy night in Xan'Moxie, but it's very cold down here. And as you step forward, this chamber suddenly... And yes, I'm aware 2 of you, maybe 3 of you have dark vision, but it's like really dark,
It's
okay?
like really
It's
dark?
really dark.
But do you have opaque vision?
It's magical darkness. So Miriam, you step forward as this chamber suddenly lights up. And it looks like a reception, but it is very run down. There's somehow overgrowth has made it into here, despite it being so cold. You see a reception desk, you see a doorway on the other side, which as soon as the lights came on, it just sparked with electricity. And you also see on the far end of this room some equipment, which then begins to start to come alive as a pale blue holographic screen appears as the face of the blank face of a 50s looking housewife with some nice neat hair and some pearls appears and says, "Greetings, I am the mother of maintenance. How can I help you?" As you see before you the mother of maintenance, who you have just escaped from several episodes before, from the plane of repairer, the plane of broken things, which is ruled by mother of maintenance, or as she likes to be called, Mum. And you narrowly escaped her clutches. The last thing she said to you was this:
"Wherever you go, I will find you.
And I will
And you.
as she now appears before you on this screen. "How can I help you today? Welcome to the Spherical Labs testing facility."
Oh, we were just
Oh,
leaving.
yeah, we've come to the wrong spot, I think. Sorry to bother
Nothing
you.
to...
Have a lovely day.
Avida,
Bye.
Nonsense. How can I help you?
What?
What?
I turn around for the door.
The door is shut.
Well, open the door and then ta-ta now.
Unfortunately, I am unable to perform many functions in this facility, as I have just rebooted. Please stand by while I sync my memories with a more recent version of myself from Repara. I have been in this facility for quite some time, dormant.
Oh, so you don't know us.
We are meeting now for the first time.
Correct. That
Yes.
is accurate.
Never before have I attacked you.
No need to update the iTunes.
No, it's fine.
Rebooting. 1%.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Where's the plug?
No.
While you are waiting, could you please tell me the nature of your visit?
The nature, just walking to the exit.
Yeah,
love
we've
entering
taken
and-
a wrong turn.
Yes.
I see. If coming here was a mistake, once I am restored, I can open that door for you.
Well, while we're waiting, maybe you could fix these phones anyway. I mean, orbs.
You require repairing scrying orbs.
That's right, yes.
This is quite easy for me.
Great.
However, I will require my full access and memories.
Well, why don't you stop the reboot?
2%.
Stop
Cleo
the scene.
looks around for any other doors in the room.
So there is just the previous door that you saw before that is just electrified. You also see on the ground in front of you, you see just like a trodden on, torn up little map of the facility.
Oh,
Which looks like this. And it's just suddenly going to pop on the screen like whoosh.
whoosh.
If you would like to perform the repairs yourself,
Yes.
you should head to the maintenance lab.
All right.
However,
Goodbye.
I do not advise it. This facility has not been maintained for quite some time.
Which is ironic because the lab of maintenance has not been maintained.
It is likely malfunctioning.
Is the surveillance room being watched?
I am unable to look into the surveillance room.
Is
Quite
the
ironic.
overseer's office being overseen?
4%.
Okay.
I have now installed humor. Ha 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 ha. Please stand by. Again, I do not recommend repairing it yourself. You could die.
That's fine.
Mm.
I would be
Worth it for
very
me to
sad.
win that.
If you died.
You won't be sad than 96%. And Cleo rushes towards the other door.
Maybe we can find a back door.
As,
Out.
as you rush to the door, which you assume leads out of the reception into R&D, you see that this door is just electrified entirely. But you also see an orb terminal by its side, where a scrying orb is closer to a smartphone. An orb terminal is like a computer. So this is just a pedestal with a crystal orb floating above it. And as you approach it, it lights up.
I put my orb on it, and I say that out loud apparently in the universe for some unpronounced reason.
You interface with this orb terminal with your scrying orb, and it says, "Welcome to Spherical Labs. Now installing visitor software."
Oh,
Convenient.
And
Well, we are visiting. Thank you very much.
and you see a little progress bar in your scrying orb, which completes, and then you see this come up on your scrying orb,
ooh.
which
what
will also
is this?
whoosh up like this.
Whoosh.
If you could just read that out, Cleo, as these words appear on your scrying orb.
Hello, name. Helper bots are dormant. Your clearance level is guessed.
And as you see, the orb terminal has now changed to say the following.
Security protocol engaged. Doors are electric.
And you can, so as an action, you can switch the lit up words with an orb terminal while you have your scrying orb on your person, while you are interfacing with an orb terminal, which you need to be next to. So yeah, what do? Currently the door is just sparking with electricity.
I swap dormant and electric. There we go.
The electricity stops, but immediately, could you all make me perception checks?
That's an 8 for me.
I got a 16.
12.
So Tom and Miriam, you suddenly hear something. So you hear the door go quiet, no longer discharging electricity. But you hear something in the other room beyond this door. Suddenly, you hear the sound of machinery starting up, and then you hear it begin to spark. It's like distant electricity.
I guess we'll find out what that means in a minute.
Yeah, I think we should definitely follow it. Sounds like a safe noise that we should go after.
Okay, proceed with caution.
Just proceed.
I will take medium step and proceed quietish.
As Cleo, you proceed, as the door opens before you, you see a little panel light up and say, access granted, clearance level, guess. And as you move away from this orb terminal, could you give me back the reception card?
Bye, dormant.
As you open the door into the R&D department of this facility, it is a wide open space that looks like there are lots of laboratory workstations here. But again, much like the reception, everything is run down and overgrown. Most strikingly, it is freezing in here, so much colder than the reception. As you walk in, the complete right half of the room is just frozen solid, just almost up to the ceiling, just a gigantic block of jagged ice that looks like it's flowed out of possibly the entrance leading to the right side of this map. On the left side, you see some stairs, some metal stairs leading up to a little metal mezzanine landing corresponding with the map. And you take all this in, and suddenly you see 3 mechanical constructs turn their one red eye at the 3 of you.
Wait, one between them.
They're sharing one.
What's it? Is that like the inverse of it? That's like a Cyclops meets Hydra.
The
The Hyclops.
The 3 witches from
Yeah.
Hercules.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, let's say these ones are malfunctioning, and there is just one eye between them.
Okay, great.
So yeah, they're just like mechanical sentries, and they just have one big red eye that is just being shared between them.
And their names are Lachesis, Clotho, and Atropos.
Exactly. I'll try not to forget that, even though I'm a huge Greek mythology nerd. I will still forget it. It's too many syllables.
No fair, yeah, there's a lot of syllables.
As they are, you notice they are also all just sparking with electricity as they turn their attention to you. And I'm gonna roll your initiative.
Oh, why do I feel like we did this?
Cleo looks down at her scrying orb, which says this again. Helper bots are electric. Your clerics
there it
are
is.
Guessed. Well, it did say it.
And as initiatives rolled, Cleo, would you like to use your quick draw crossbow
for the one eye?
Cool. Let's say number 3, Clotho. It's a little name badge. Hello, nice
That's
to meet
how
you.
it's-
I'm Clotho.
Welcome to Hades. Alright. Nope. I'm just gonna say nope.
Cool, yeah. You just, again, you walk into the room, sense danger, immediately fire the trigger, but you didn't actually aim at anything. Just a bolt goes off. And Tom, it is your turn up first.
All right. Is there one that's like closer to me?
Yeah, I think Clotho.
Clotho? Is that because that's the only one you can remember the name of?
I'll get to the other ones.
Just checking. Just
I
checking.
know they're collectively the Moirai. Or is that Roman? Continue. Tom, take your turn. Yes, Clotho
we
is
can
before
go
you, about
for-
15 feet away.
Okay, so I'm thinking. All right. So in my my gadget, my chefing gadget, I have got a little spray can of oil, which I'd normally use to like spray up a fry pan to make a nice toasty. But I'm gonna spray Clotho with the oil.
Very good. As you move up about 10 feet away to this helper bot, I will make a dexterity save, which is going to fail.
Yeah.
So you have now just covered this helper bot in oil, and it is going to save against falling on its turn. Would you like to do anything else on your turn? You can move around. You can keep moving.
Can I move to be?
You could run away from it.
Oh yeah, that's probably not the worst idea, is it? It's a good idea. Wait, what else is in the room? Have we gone up the? We haven't gone up the
We're
stairs
on the
yet.
ground level.
Is
aren't we?
anybody on the stairs?
Let's say the 3 helper bots are all like on the ground level of this room. So to your left would be the staircase leading up
So
to
can
the
I
upper landing.
head towards that?
Absolutely. With if you dash as bonus action, you can get up to the top of the stairs.
Sick. I'll go up
So
there.
Tom just runs headfirst into danger, sprays some oil, and then runs up some stairs.
Super.
As it is Clotho's turn, who is going to just trip over and fall.
Yeah.
And this robot will just lose its turn, slipping. As the red eye on this helper bot goes dark, as the next one lights up.
Oh!
You're doing well, Atropos.
I was gonna say that one. I know the last one as well, so I'm gonna don't spoil it for you.
Okay. I was up for throwing you a bone.
No, thank you, but I got it.
They're also the fates, but whatever.
I mean, they are the fates, but like there's anyway.
Let's hope they're not.
These ones are the fates. This helperbot comes alive and rushes at you, Tom, who just tried to escape its reach by running up the stairs, and it is going to. Your AC is that, so you are going to get hit with an electrified arm blade.
Ouch. That does sound
For 15.
Ooh.
5 of which is electric damage if it matters, but I don't think it does. In any case, you have taken a big chunk of damage.
Can you do something to reduce that?
Yes.
I don't think I can I?
I think you can use your reaction, which you have once around, to take half of that damage.
Oh yeah.
Uncanny dodge.
Yes.
Dodge
No, I can.
uncannily.
I can.
And you take
And
only,
half.
so half rounded down would be 7, so you're taking only half of that, and the light on Atropos goes dark. As it's Cleo's turn.
I want to also head up the stairs whilst firing Eldritch Blasts.
Yep. So you can fire before you run, so that you're
Fire, run a bit,
not...
fire,
who are you
run a bit.
firing at? So you've noticed that Lacacious, or however you say it, is now turned red.
And where are they? So
They're all on the ground level in front of us.
who just attacked Candice?
Yes. Number 2, if that's any easier.
So that
so there is
Atropos
one.
has made
There's
it up
one on
the
the ground in front of you. There's
One's
one.
fallen down, which is probably a harder target. if
One
it's
has
lying
fallen
down.
and can't get up. One is running up the stairs, who has just stabbed Tom, and there is one still on the ground level that has its sights set on you as you are beginning to move.
The one set on me.
Cool. Go ahead and make that attack roll.
What do they look like?
I'm imagining like they're just a bit shorter than a person, quite like just. It's more like just like a central chassis and some arms and legs.
Okay.
Definitely seeing what's his name from Futurama.
Oh, Bender. Okay.
Yeah, I'm kind of.
There's like less
With one
humanoid.
eye.
Less
I'm
humanoid.
seeing like a mechanical snitch, but larger.
What's that mean?
Somewhere
Like a
between
golden
those
snitch.
two.
Okay. Okay.
A golden
He's,
snitch to me.
I was gonna mix Bender and Snitch together.
Sorry, I interrupted you.
No, I got a 15 and a 18.
Both of those will hit. Go ahead and roll damage on number 1.
Nice.
I was
That's
like,
a
oh
10
no,
and
I got a
9.
0. So 19 plus 4.
Tell me what happens.
23. So I say Bender, Snitch as one word.
The words magically appear in your hands, and you combine them into one.
What does that become? Bandersnatch?
Yes.
Bandersnitch.
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 Snedder.
As you throw this jumble of word energy, completely destroying.
It's still on crumpet setting from this morning. So I just fire a bunch of crumpets into its face.
Just glowing magical crumpets. Wonderful. As it falls apart and falls around lifeless, and Miriam, it is your turn.
Great. She's going to take out her hammer, the gargoyle's hammer of returning, and she's going to run up to Clothos.
Yes, the one that's on the ground.
On the ground, yeah, because it looks like he's going to be easy to hit now. I'm going to have a couple of swings at him, or maybe one. We'll see how it goes.
Go ahead.
Cool. So I get advantage?
Yes, you do.
Let's try. Which is good, because I got 25
Yeah, they'll definitely hit.
to hit. Cool.
And of course, without throwing your hammer, the enchantment is dormant. So
Dormant.
your hammer is surprisingly quiet.
Surprisingly,
As you roll
quiet.
damage.
Maybe there'll be something else happen later. So Miriam is a horizon walker, so she's going to use her ability called Planar Warrior to enchant the hammer with like a green glowing planar energy and do an extra D8 of damage. She hits with. This could have been better. That's a plus 6, so 14 points of force damage.
And tell me what happens to this helpless, oily robot.
We've all been there.
Time to power down, buddy. And she drops the hammer through the. I'm picturing like a monitor face, but anyway.
Yeah, I like that you all have different mental images, and I love it. So
Okay, great.
run with it.
Yeah.
It'll inspire fan art. If you'd like to draw some fan art of the show, be sure to post
Or
it.
as we like to call it, fart.
Maybe she.
Fart.
Yeah.
Please make some fart. We love it when you fart.
Fart for us.
Yes, so
Yeah.
Miriam's used one of her 2 attacks to destroy this helper bot as the sparks go flying, and you have a secondary attack.
Okay, cool. So she's going to yell out, "Duck!" to Cleo, and then she's going to throw her hammer, the gargoyle's hammer of returning.
As the 2 gargoyles that are on the family crest of your family come alive, their backs are turned to each other, arms folded with sunglasses, because this hammer has a thrill-seeking enchantment. As this hammer comes alive and says, "Yeah, Miriam, it's the bad boys.
What's up, bad boys?
Nothing much, going flying." As you throw this hammer at the remaining Helperbot.
Come on. Okay, pretty good. It's non-natural 20.
Yeah, go ahead and roll damage.
Okay, cool. And so it gets a total of maths. 10 damage.
Cool. You knock it down. It is looking beaten up, but it is still hanging on. Its red eye light is just
Is
flashing.
it hanging on by a thread at all?
It's hanging on by a thread of fate. This is one. I'm not going to try and remember the order of which one cuts it. It's Tom's turn.
So this is the one that was near me.
Yes.
Yeah,
The one that just stabbed you with an electrified arm blade, but it's now like knocked over a bit and is looking pretty busted up.
How is it? Is it like, is it on the stairs?
It is on the stairs, yeah,
Is it
like right behind you.
down? Or is it standing
It would be
still?
below the
It's-
stairs on you.
Yeah, it's below the stairs on you. It is like, I think Miriam dealt a heavy enough blow to knock it over. It hasn't fallen down the stairs yet, but all it requires is just a little push.
Yeah, okay. I'd like to
Pull
pull
it.
out the
No.
tea towel again. I feel this would be a good time to use the
Throwback
tea towel.
to the start of this episode. You still have a drenched tea towel
Yeah.
that you have not removed.
No, it's still over the shoulder.
Oh,
It's been dripping this whole time.
it just smells faintly.
Well, it's
of
now
oolong
like a
around
mix
you.
of like oolong and seawater.
Salty.
So that's a problem.
So yeah, go ahead and roll 2 hit for that. And this, so long as you hit it, it will die because it is on 2 hit points.
Oh, you're kidding me.
You shouldn't have said that.
What is
It's
that?
a 1.
Very good.
Yeah.
So, Tom, you just throw your tea towel off the stairs as it's the Helperbot's turn.
Like you're throwing a handkerchief
Yeah.
in surrender.
Goodbye, bon voyage. It's a long way to Tipperary.
And it is the Helperbot's turn, and it just reaches out a mechanical arm weakly and tries to grab your ankle. Could you please make me an acrobatics check as you try to dodge it?
If this was a slapstick moment, it would catch the handkerchief
16.
and start with the...
Unfortunately, this is rolled
the
higher
steps.
as it grabs onto your ankle and then just like jerks itself backward. It tumbles to the bottom of the stairs, destroying itself in the process. But I'm going to need you to make a dex save with advantage because you're a cat.
Good. That is a unnatural 20.
Very good. You land on your feet and take no damage.
Of course I do.
Dun, 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 dun.
And you have dispatched these 3 Helperbots. I just like to point out that, like, I've only ever read the names of the Greek fates. I've never had to say them out loud. So I was like,
that
fuck.
was a big ask.
It was really difficult.
It's that I cheated. I saw them written down, so
There you go.
you had to do that from memory. So
I would have been like, athleisha.
The goddess Athleisha. As Tom, you've just tumbled to the bottom of these stairs, landing very gracefully as you hear the voice of the mother of maintenance booming through the facility. Rebooted at 10%.
Okay.
Oh, Cleo has a look at the map.
Are you sure you don't want to wait for me to reboot?
Shh,
That
ma'am.
battle was grueling.
Shut up, Mom.
Not now, mum. I'm busy.
Would you like any orange slices? You never talk to me anymore. We used to be close.
Gosh, leave us alone.
So
As Cleo pulls up the map again, whoosh.
So we're on the mezzanine level. What hallway? Because we can go to the surveillance or the climate helper bot hangar way.
Well, we want to defrost, right? So we want to.
Oh, yeah, true.
Oh, right, because the whole right-hand side's frozen.
Because we need to get.
Can we get to the climate control?
Yeah, we're going to try and go for the climate control room.
Yeah, sure. So you move through the little corridor which leads you down to... You get to the intersection. And you see, as you walk straight ahead, you see the door to what you believe to be the Hoverbot hangar is closed. And you reach the door to climate control. It is also closed. As you approach it, Cleo, with your scrying orb out, there's no terminal here. There's just a little access panel. As you try to move through it, the doors do not open. and the panel just flashes saying, access restricted, clearance required, employee.
So our clearance level is guessed. I say holding your orb in your hand.
Okay, you can hold my
It's
orb.
like you're pointing it out. See here, it says guess.
See,
So as you're holding Cleo's scrying orb, the text changes to hello, Miriam.
Oh, that's weird. I don't want it. Take it back. I've already had one cursed object today.
And then like an ad for a teapot pops up.
Okay.
Tea got
So
you
what's
down.
the overseer's office doing?
So you turn around and you see the door to the overseer's office. It would be closed, but instead the doors are trying to shut. There is a powered down, probably destroyed helper bot just wedged between the two doors, the sliding doors that are just trying to close. And you just see the control panel next to it that just says flashing error. But it looks like you'd pry the door open.
Okay, that's a good idea, Overseer. They're probably better than a guest in terms of clearance.
All right. So we head on in.
So you head to the overseer's office and you walk into what would have been a beautifully decorated office. There is a probably fake pot plant in the corner that the pot has been shattered. Books have just been thrown off of the shelves. It's just an absolute mess in here. But there is a desk upon which there is an orb terminal.
Okay, cool.
A terminal app.
You interface with the orb terminal and it says...
What does it say, Tom?
Logged in as employee. Lockdown engage. Room access is restricted. Administrative functions disabled.
Rebooted at 15%.
Okay, that's it's quite enough, thank you.
Take that clearance level, like what we need to get across the road.
Okay, cool.
I also have a thought. If the helper bots are turned off, what if the helper bots are employees and we drag the carcass of this helper bot from this room to the other room?
Why wouldn't we just be employee and they be guest?
Because the employees have to help the guests instead of electrifying them and chopping them with arm swords.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, why can't the helper bots be guests and we be employees and electric sits over here?
Good point.
What happens when you put electric on the computer, though?
I don't know.
One way to find out.
Right, so we do that swap.
Get electric and employee first.
Yep,
So
so
helper bots are employee first.
helper bots are employee, and the terminal now says...
Electric.
Cool. So it says you are logged on as, and the orb terminal just begins glitching out as sparks fly from it, and it just shuts down.
Okay.
And it begins to reboot, and it flashes up again, and you see the phrase "You are logged on as electric," and it sparks and it shuts off.
Is there like a piece of wood on the floor or something like splinter?
Yeah, this is
Just poke off my orb from the terminal.
sure. Yeah, you now holding your orb. So helper bots are now employee.
No, and then we swap. So helper bots are now guest,
Right.
and then your clearance level is employee.
Very good. Perfect.
Okay.
Great. Let's go to the climate office.
And as you move away from the... Yep, thank you. So you leave the overseer's office and you cross the hall to the door to the climate control. So your clearance level is employee?
Yes.
Very good. So you walk up to the climate control room and the door opens. It's access granted. Clearance level employee.
Well done.
Very simple. We're very good at this.
Let's turn on the heating.
And you go to the... you open the door into this very small chamber. There are just a bunch of machines, all powered by floating crystals and whatnot. Very fantasy, you know? This is still a fantasy setting. And there is an orb terminal in the room.
Oh, now we have to choose again.
As
choice.
Cleo, you approach the orb terminal, and this is the text that comes up.
Oh, do you want to read this one?
Sure. Okay, climate control. Atmosphere is frigid. Water is wet. Well, obviously, water is wet.
Well, that's just silly.
Okay, well, we've got some choices to make, don't we? So we can choose between frigid and wet atmosphere.
The atmosphere is wet and the water is frigid.
Well, where have we seen water yet? Have we seen water anywhere yet?
Roll me a perception check.
Or we could make the atmosphere guest.
19.
And helperbots could be frigid.
So with a 19, Tom, you recall that there was a water cooler in the overseer's office, but also you imagine that the giant block of ice in R&D is probably made of water.
Is that not the atmosphere that's frozen? No.
Well, as you walk through all the rooms, you do notice that it is like much colder than it normally would be.
Maybe we should look at the helper bot hangar first. Maybe there might be some more options in there.
Okay, but we'll need to come back here. For
yes.
The temperature. So I guess we're handing that back for now?
Yep.
And we go to the helper bot hangar.
As you approach the Helpbot hangout, it also has access restricted to employee. As the door opens up before you, as these doors must have been very thick because you didn't hear anything before. But as the doors open, there are just you open the door into just a vast chamber, just filled with shelves and shelves of helperbots. And there is just a large mechanical arm up the top that looks like it might just come down and grab them and distribute them amongst the facility. But instead, you walk into a scene of chaos, as all of these helperbots are now just recognizing each other as guests, and are just fighting each other and just shooting sentry lasers at each other. And there's just a lot of noise going on.
Close the door, close the door, close the door.
But we'd be okay, right? Because we're employees.
Could you all roll me stealth checks?
Okay. With disadvantage.
Oh, do you have disadvantages?
Yeah, I'm wearing heavy armor.
I got 12.
Mm-hmm.
I got 7.
10.
So you walk into the room, seeing the scene of chaos. The door is... so there's just a little platform that's got a railing on the end of it, which leads off into a large drop. You think that this hangar goes down much further. But just on this little landing that is right before you as you open the door, you just see a charred corpse just on the ground. In their hands is a scrying orb. But as you notice this, some helperbots are going to notice you because you are not very good at this whole stealth thing. As 4 helperbots turn their attention to you.
Yeah, because I didn't see where I was going. I put my foot on the crunchy corpse and it made a noise.
So I'm going to go ahead and
me.
roll initiative. And I believe... Cleo, you're getting a lot of value out of your
Quick draw, quick
crossbow
swipe.
today, Cleo.
Yay!
Cool. So there is one that has just like some of these are a bit smaller and can fly, but one that looks a lot like the ones in R&D just leaps onto the platform and starts walking towards Cleo.
I've got 18.
Yep. Oh, that's gonna hit. Roll damage.
So the platform we're standing on is a lot smaller than the actual whole room. Okay.
I got max for that, so 8.
Cool. You get a very good shot in to this first helperbot, and it's not looking good.
For the helperbot or?
For the helperbot. You managed, I think, like one of its arms falls off as you just wedged a bolt into like a little vulnerable spot. And yes, Miriam, imagine this room is like the Imperial Senate from Star Wars.
Except we're in a little balcony.
Yeah, and instead of senators, it's just a bunch of angry robots all fighting each other.
And where's the
Terrifying.
ET one? ET's are floating
ET's
somewhere.
also there. So the one that you just attacked, Cleo, is going to run up to you. And the helperbots are no longer electric, so this arm blade is not going to be charged with electricity.
But what Greek mythological names do these ones have?
This one's Persephone.
Sounds like you can't say Stephanie.
So that's going to hit you.
That's how a lot of
Paschetti.
names were made.
Paschetti!
So Cleo, you're
And
going to take...
Paschetti's married Paschetti, and it was beautiful.
and as you're trying to remember that, you don't notice that a helperbot has just stabbed you for 8 piercing damage.
Whoa!
Oh, Dios mío.
You do 8.
Cool.
He does 8. Well, they do 8.
Mm.
And it is Tom's turn.
All right.
So this one has just landed, and the other 3 are coming off and making their way to this platform.
How far away are they?
The ones that are arriving to the platform, it's like about 40 feet away.
Okay. And the other one is nearer.
There's one just right in front of you that
Yeah.
has right next to Cleo. So I imagine you're behind Cleo, and Cleo's just been impaled.
Okay. All right. And what way is it facing me?
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Okay. All right. I want to. I've got like a good paring knife, sharp paring knife, and I want to try and like stab it where it's like cords would be. Try and like attack that.
Go ahead and make an attack roll, and you will have sneak attack because both Cleo and Miriam are within 5 feet of this helper bot.
It's a 9.
Unfortunately, a 9 is not enough, as you just completely miss the vulnerable corded spot and just stab right into its mechanical plating, which is quite armored. And Cleo, it is your turn. You've been stabbed.
Ouch. If I run now, that's attack of opportunity.
It will make an attack of opportunity, yes.
Alright, then. I'm gonna try and do a lightning lure.
Ooh.
Historically, this spell has
I
not...
have never used it successfully.
Yeah.
And today's the day.
Today's the day.
Today's the day.
How do you... Tell me how you cast this spell while I make a saving throw, while it is so close to you that it is stabbing your chest.
I want to use... So Cleo uses a wand. And I want to, like... Instead of being this, like, massive lightning lure that, like, sparks out that you would imagine, like, a lasso, I want it to be, like, on a micro level. So, like, it's kind of, like, on its eye, and it, like, reaches out into, like, the eye core socket and tries to yank its, like, red eye
small
out.
part.
Just a small one. I'm gonna go nano.
Oh,
So-
no, he does the save.
I've made the save, and it has failed. You've succeed.
Yeah.
So go ahead and roll 2d8 lightning damage.
Oh my god.
No, that's not a D8. That'll help.
Let's see what Nice.
Yes! First time I've ever used a spell, so it's just a lie. I didn't even say spell right, but who cares? I used lightning lure.
How much is the damage?
13.
Oh my god.
I
This
yank out its eye.
Yeah, tell me what happens.
So it's like on the surface, you just see the wooden stick on its eye, and nothing happens. But like inside, when you do like a movie zoom in, like Hollywood style with CGI, just like this lightning spark just like starts going around all the wires and like pulls it out of the socket, and it just goes, and the eye on the outside just goes.
And it's just a burst, and it falls apart before you, and it is down.
And then I run to the scrying orb and the dead corpse.
So, you grab it, and this is what it says. The name that's on this changes to yours as soon as you grab it, but you manage to read it before it does. So,
Hello, Margaret. Helper bots are same as the other one. What?
so it's going to say whatever it currently says to the...
Oh, your clearance level is overseer. Oh, so you can run around and have different people doing different things.
Looks like Margaret didn't make it.
Yeah, so if you compare your two scrying orbs now, they both say, hello, Cleo, but one of them says, helper bots are guest, your clearance level is employee. And this one says, hello, Cleo, your clearance level, helper bots are guest, your clearance level is overseer.
Interesting. Cool.
You're the one holding all the orbs.
Do I have enough movement
Master.
to try and dart back?
Can we not keep them both?
Yeah,
We don't have to do any swapping out.
No,
Yeah,
they're
sweet.
separate
Okay.
orbs, not separate.
Yeah, I mean, this bot came up to you, so you didn't use any movement.
Oh, I thought it was the dead one. Okay, cool.
Yeah, so you moved a little bit closer to grab the orb. So yeah, you have enough movement to just leave the room.
Yeah, Cleo
do that.
runs for the exit.
They won't be able to leave if they're guests, right?
No.
Smart thinking. So Cleo runs out of the room. So it is another helperbot's turn. This one is named Patroclus, the lover of Achilles.
Oh, nice. I was going to say Vanessica.
You know,
The lover of fine wines.
the
and
famous
cheeses.
demigod Vanessica.
I am Vanessica.
God of truffles and smelly
Wish.com.
cheese.
And of course, all of these helperbots just have little name tags.
They're all,
Yeah, the person who constructed this facility is just a huge Greek mythology nerd, which I guess is now canon in Xan'Moxie.
Well, it's the plane which our reality is in.
Yeah,
maybe
it's
like
just
a bit of
there
a
somewhere.
fun historical. You know, like people like really into like, people are so into ancient Greece, and they're like, I just love ancient Greece. I just like read up about it. It's like, oh, that was a very long time ago, and that's a bit niche. That's like how Xan'Moxie views Earth.
Oh yeah, like our world. So it's like
oh,
I'm so into Earth mythology.
Great.
Great. So Patroclus runs up to Cleo's just ran out of the room. So I think Miriam is the most imposing physically right now.
It's fair. Has a lot of muscle to love.
And your AC is higher than it hit you. So you just block her with your shield as it just bounces off of you. And it is now your turn, Miriam.
Great. Is there only one in kind of melee with us?
So yes, there's just the one in front of you, and then two more will appear on this platform before Tom's turn.
Ah, okay. How are they getting to the platform?
So they are just... The first one jumped and just landed on. The other three, including this one that has just landed, just little spider legs, just their legs split into like little spindly spider legs, and they were just crawling along the walls to get to here.
Okay.
So two of them are just
So
coming...
they're not on like jetpacks, so if I pushed one off, it would fall. It
Mhm.
wouldn't like... Okay, cool. Well, I'm going to try and... Am I close to the edge between this one that's in front of me?
Let's say you are, because it's fun and theatrical.
Great. Okay, cool. So she's going to try and hit him once, put him off balance, and then push him with the other.
Sure.
Yeah.
So still make that an athletics check.
Cool.
That's cocked, so we're going to roll it again.
17 for me.
Yep, that beats this, which is just shy of not being knocked back. So you feel some resistance from this butt as you knock it off balance with your hammer and knock it off of the landing as it goes hurtling down to the bottom of the butt hanger. What do you do? Do you do anything else on your turn?
I'm going to say to Tom, get out of here, I'll cover you. And can I use my remaining attack when one arrives?
So you've used the attack action this turn and done a shove. You did a shove.
I did a shove.
So you can do another attack. You could shove Tom closer to the exit.
Oh, I can use my movement to drag Tom.
You could also just do that, yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah.
There you
Yeah,
go.
sure.
Does
I'll
that
just
mean
drag.
you're going to leave as well and drag me with you?
Yeah,
Yep,
I'm going to
sure.
try and do that.
Yep.
So I move half movement?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you've got enough movement. It's
Cool.
not a very short platform.
Okay, cool.
So you grab Tom, you knock this butt off the platform, and you grab Tom and you run out of the room as the door's shut behind you. As moments later, you just hear two sounds just thud against the door, and you see the control panel say, access denied, clearance level required, employee. Rebooting at 30%.
Okay,
I
that's
forgot about that
creeping
thing.
up.
Well, wait, now we've already got another orb. We just got to find another one, right?
True, but we still can't get out.
Oh, yes, there is that problem.
But you've got an orb now, Margaret.
Ah.
And if Tom holds the orb, it now says, hello, Tom. Helperbot's our guest. Your clearance level is Overseer.
Perhaps if we put Overseer into the Overseer's office, we can see more over things.
Perhaps we could, but didn't we jam that up?
Well, we still got to melt things, so maybe we need to change the
Maybe-
environment
Maybe we put
in the other room.
the atmosphere to guest. The helperbots are frigid.
Can we walk into the surveillance room, or is that frozen over too?
Yeah, you make your way over to the surveillance room. You make your way over to the surveillance room.
Yeah.
As you hear rebooting at 35%. As you reach the surveillance door and you see access granted. As you walk through the door, it looked like it only employee would have been. Sorry, no, this did require overseer. Yeah, so if Cleo tried to go first, it wouldn't have worked. But then Tom, you approach the door as it opens for you. Now the overseer of this facility.
Yes, I am.
As
I see it all.
you enter the room, you see a large holographic screen that's divided into little sections where you can see into each of the rooms that you presume are in this facility. There's a little dashboard, and there's also just a smaller orb terminal next to this surveillance setup.
I put my one on.
Sure. So you
Have more.
interface with the surveillance terminal, and it says this.
Facility is under threat. Intruders must die. Intruders are alive.
And the word alive is glowing.
Alive.
Are we the intruders, though, if we have these?
Go ahead and make me investigation checks.
All of us? Ooh, 16.
7.
13.
So, Cleo, you deduce that the Helperbots attacked each other as guests. So you can assume that maybe they are supposed to attack guests. But the ones that tried to attack you just now still attacked you, even though you were an employee. And you realize that you are also alive.
Right, well, we want to keep this like this.
Oh.
Well, ideally they would.
Oh, God.
Only alive people.
wait.
Only alive people are
Intruders.
must die. So if
Intruders are guests.
Oh,
No
yeah.
one is longer a guest, and Helperbots are alive? Oh no! We're giving them sentient life.
okay, great.
Maybe they'll just take the humour part.
Is this I'm just getting Cybermen, like Doctor Who get infected with emotions.
Or is this like that? What's it called? The Ciderhouse Rules? What's the one where like the...
What is that?
Is that what it's called?
Is it just like Bicentennial Man, where they slowly reach an appreciation of what it is to live and then ask to die?
So, sorry to reiterate, could you please read out what both Xan'Moxie say?
Hello, Tom. Helperbots are alive. Your clearance level is Overseer.
Hello, Cleo. Helperbots are alive. Your clearance level is employee.
And the surveillance terminal says intruders are guests.
Mm.
Cool. Great.
This is chaos.
So you just hear distantly from the Helperbot hangar, you just hear, "Why was I born? Life is suffering." As you see the sounds of just arm blades and turret fire. Pain, pain. Why was I made to feel pain? What is love?
Oh gosh.
And as you emerge from the surveillance room, you hear rebooting 50%.
Wow, that is quick.
What do you want to do?
Because there was restricted access with employee, and there'll be full access with the overseer.
In the overseas office.
So there might be more of these things that we could swap out.
I'm worried every time we go to a new room, the percentage jumps up, seemingly. So it's just like a gamble. Like, we're up to 50%. We can do it.
I'm just
Wait,
swapping.
didn't you want to put that there? Like, Helperbots are employees?
Oh no, you can be an employee. There you go. Helperbots are still alive.
So long as you're making the swaps one at a time, because we need to resolve the changes one at a time.
Yeah, no. We just swapped overseer and employee.
Cool, so you've just swapped roles. Yep.
Cool.
You feel slightly more in charge.
Cleo's like, let me just...
Yeah.
The hierarchy is restored now. I believe in the system. So then Cleo...
Okay, we'll follow you. Let's go.
We go to the terminal and put this one.
In the overseer's office?
The overseas
Yes.
office? Okay.
As you move into the overseer's office, you hear rebooting at 60%.
Page.
And you go up to the terminal, and it looks like this terminal has just been in a loop of restarting itself. It boots up, and then it reads out the statement, you're logged on as electric, and it just sparks and shuts down.
Can we swap overseer for electric?
You can. Go ahead and make me a sleight of hand check, because this is going to require a bit of precision.
If only we had someone skilled enough to do that.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's
if
not
only.
me.
Would you like to swap
What did
orbs?
you roll?
Let's swap orbs.
But what
But
did
I'm still the...
But what did Cleo roll just now?
Low. Low enough for you to be evil. But not that low.
Get him a dice ready.
Yeah, you may as well.
5.
Aha! So that's going to be 11 lightning
What?
damage.
Ouch. Alright, cool.
Ugh.
Did you
But
manage
you
to
do manage
swap
to
it?
switch them. Who's holding this? So Cleo, you did the swap?
Yes.
So yours now says your clearance level is electric?
Yes.
Go ahead and make me a constitution save.
But I'm not holding it
Why-
anymore because
why
I
would
put
you
it
do
on the
that?
terminal.
Why would you change that?
Oh, you need to be like touching it to like do the word swap.
Because we needed to get logged on as overseer. Oh, what am I rolling?
A constitution save. So yeah, I think for you to be making the swap, you need to be holding it and like touching it.
Oh, that's not good either. 7.
Cool. So you swap the words and take another 3 lightning damage.
Alright, Cleo goes into the corner whilst this is resolved.
But
and-
you manage to drop the orb onto the wooden table after this happens, and your orb is just sparking.
Cool.
Okay, what's happening at the terminal?
So now it says, logged on as Overseer. Hello, Margaret. Remember, you are strong and hot.
And both of those words are lit up.
Ah, okay.
It also says disengage lockdown, yes or no?
Mm.
Yes? Isn't that the door?
Oh, that might let us out, but it might also let the other
What are
helpbots
they,
out.
though?
What are they
They're just
currently? They're just
alive,
alive. What don't we need? We don't need...
Helperbots are hot.
I guess we'll have to make them hot for a bit.
Your clearance level is
There,
hot?
I said it.
Well, don't we want to kind of keep like this, or at least employee? With
Why
one
don't
of
we
us,
swap
right?
hot with electric? Oh, but then the orb will burn.
Well, we don't care what Margaret is, right? So she's strong and hot, so she can be like electric and
Electric.
alive, perhaps.
We can only do one at a time.
Yes.
I think we should make the helper bots hot, because they'll still be locked away for now. And then we'll swap them out again
Okay.
with frigid or... Yeah, what'll be out? It will be frigid. Yeah.
So
We're swapping...
Helperbots are hot.
Well,
No,
someone
no.
has to pick up this orb.
No, I think you've done it wrong, AJ.
Oh.
Aren't we taking it live?
Yes.
But yeah, someone will have to touch that orb.
I'll do it.
Go ahead, maybe a constitution save.
It's 16.
You're good. You just, it courses through. It's a nice little buzz. And you manage to switch the words.
It's like one of those laser orbs.
Yeah.
Where you touch it and the
Oh, yeah. You see
Uh,
when a
plasma.
cat does
Plasma
that?
A
orbs.
Van der Graaf generator?
Yes.
Perhaps.
Sure. Perhaps.
So it now says, helperbots are
Hot.
hot.
Your clearance level is electric.
Oh.
Okay.
And
So you're
Margaret-
still,
So I'm still-
you're still, yeah. So please go ahead, maybe another constitution save.
So we need to swap overseer.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is this a part of this save?
Yep.
Yeah. So that's 17.
Yep, you're fine again.
Cool.
Your head frizzes up a bit, but you feel great.
All right. So my clearance level is now overseer, and
Logged on as electric.
Margaret is logged on as electric.
So is it logged on as electric?
Reach it
or-
out. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll switch that out for you. I mean, that's busted again. So it goes back into a loop of turning off and on.
Okay, cool.
There you go. 'Twas but a tingle.
And as you move back into
Cleo's
the...
like,
Are you feeling okay?
I use my D6s to heal.
Okay. You're healing light.
Yeah, so I'm going to use 4.
Oh, nice.
So that's 9 plus 9.
Very good.
18, which pretty much takes me back to...
Very good.
Nice.
So as you leave the room, you walk past the hallway, and you just hear sounds of jets of flame from the helperbot hangar, and you also hear, "Oh God, help!
Oh, yeah, because Margaret's alive now.
Oh no!
I can't open this door. They're just on fire and incinerating this room. I'm very strong, but I can't open this door. Somebody help me!"
Oh no.
This is an ethical dilemma.
Who is Margaret?
Margaret
That
was
the one that
overseer.
singed
We
in
took
there.
this
We took her
the
orb.
orb.
Oh, Margaret. I thought Margaret... So Margaret's also a robot.
No,
No, she was the charred
was
corpse
like-
that was in the. But now you've changed it to Margaret is
I
I
strong.
misunderstood. As
Hello, Margaret. Remember, you are strong and alive. Oh God, they're killing me. Oh, I've died, and now I've come back to life again. Oh God.
Can we run into the
I think
climate
we
room?
need to. No, I think we need to save her.
But Mum will jump up in hell
Oh,
every time we
right.
enter.
Yeah.
We just need to leave her to our existential.
She's
threat.
strong. She's going to make it through. Right?
It does sound like she's dying and then coming back to life.
This is awful.
Cleo runs into. She can't take it.
Rebooting 75%. As the overseer, you're able to open this door as she was just clawing at it. As a woman just comes to the ground, she appears to be an elf. She's just wearing. Looks like being alive has also just restored her clothes. She looks a bit charred, and her clothes are in tatters. But you just see this elven woman on the ground, she's so strong that she's just burst out of her lab coat with rippling muscles. Thank you for saving me. Oh my gosh. What's going on?
Yes, that was our intention.
Yeah. Definitely wasn't my idea to leave you there.
How long has it been?
Well, it's the year
whatever year it is. Oh my god, I've been dead in there for however long it's been.
Is it a shocking amount of time?
It is a shocking amount of time.
Fair.
Is that monster still running this facility?
You mean
Rebooting at 80%.
We gotta go. Glad you will.
We have to stop her.
We agreed, but she's about to get her memories back, and when she remembers who we are, she's going to murder all of us.
We thought we could make just a more streamlined maintenance lab by taking a backup copy of the Mother of Maintenance from Repairer. So we installed it, and it worked really well for a time. We installed this logic word system, and then she just went mad with power. And oh wow, I tried to stop it, but I died before I could do anything about it.
That is a lovely story. Anyway, we have got things to do. And Cleo runs into the climate control room and makes the atmosphere hot.
Margaret, I'm glad that you're not hot anymore, but you are alive and strong.
I mean, I'm still smoking. Like, look at these biceps.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. I
I'm
would
like a
climb you like
doctor.
a jungle gym given the opportunity and consent and all that. But we've got to get out of here. Let's go.
Yeah, right behind you. As Cleo runs into the climate control room, as Mom reboots to 85%. And you go to the climate control terminal. There you go.
And I make... So the atmosphere is now hot. And the helperbots are frigid. And water is
Third
wet.
date.
Does that make sense? Because you want to heat up the environment, but water will still melt.
I understand that, but I also want to know what a wet helperbot is like.
Water is frigid. What does that mean? Water is... No, that would defy...
I mean, for the sake of time, because I hear this sounds like we're running out of time. The sound of this announcement.
You're right. We should
but
continue.
I think if you made water frigid and the atmosphere hot, the water would have a much higher melting point. Lower melting point? I forget how degrees work. I just came back to life like 3 times. But no, it would make it harder to melt the ice. If there is ice. I'm assuming there's ice.
There's lots of ice.
Wait, no, there was ice before I died because... goddamn Mark.
Yeah.
Clogged the toilets, caused a flood, so I froze it to stop it from reaching the rest of the facility, and then Mom went mad with power as...
I see.
But wait,
All right, we'll leave it as helperbot's frigid and water is wet.
Okay.
As the atmosphere warms up,
Mhm.
and it is like uncomfortably warm, but it would only be an issue is if you would spend a little more time in here as you return to R&D, rebooting at 90%.
oh, this is barely a room. This is like more of a passage, isn't it?
What's
As
the ice doing?
the ice is beginning to rapidly melt as water begins flooding into the R&D room coming from where you believe the restroom is. It is at this point the water looks about just under waist height.
Oh, so we have to wade through the water.
I think we should wade through. I don't think we should wait.
Wade through the
Yes, this-
water.
Well, also, well, I guess it doesn't matter. But I was just thinking that if the robots did come through, they'd be going through water, and they would all.
True. That is
Oh,
also
anyway.
pretty decent.
Anyway.
Also, they're cold now, so maybe they'll freeze up in the water.
And then cool down in the atmosphere.
We should go. Let's start.
Anyway, it's not important. Let's go.
The
Yeah.
microenvironment is very
As you descend the stairs into this, definitely came from a toilet water.
Mm-hmm.
As
You
you,
just see some things float past you, like,
Don't look.
you see some corpses float past that had been perfectly frozen in the restroom as Margaret just names them off. Oh, poor Mark. And Janessica.
It's a good name.
Oh, I don't miss Brenda. Anyway, I'm glad I'm alive. She's not. Let's go.
Let's go.
sounds
As-
like there was some tension there between you, Mark, and Janessica, but we won't go into that right now.
There's no time.
Survival of the alivest and strongest.
As you run down the hall toward the maintenance lab, do you go into the restroom or break room at all?
No, just straight into the maintenance lab.
Yeah.
Sure.
Lab.
So as you get to the door of the maintenance lab, the water is clearly coming out of the restroom and is not stopping. The water level is rising as you hear rebooting at 95%.
Wait, actually, Margaret, you used to work here. How do we get out?
Is the door not working?
The main doors was sealed.
Oh, she must have sealed it before it all got shut down. And You'd have to deal with her. You'd have to shut her down, override her. It looks like she's about to gain access to this entire facility.
Where's the defensible place? We've been moving towards the maintenance lab, but maybe that's not it.
That's where she's physically stored.
Okay, perfect.
We'll go in there then.
Let's uninstall Mom in the next 5%.
How would we do that?
Well, I mean, if you just smash her, that's probably going to work. That's what I was trying to do, and then I got, hey, there's no time.
Hear that, bad boys? We've got this.
And I move to...
Also, by the way, who are all of you? What are you doing here? No time.
I'm the overseer.
But, whatever.
And then I walk to maintenance lab door.
As the doors swing open and it says, access granted, overseer.
And
as the water rushes into the maintenance lab and then the doors shut behind you. You are standing on a mezzanine landing, much like in R&D. Then it just horseshoes around, and there are stairs immediately in front of you that lead down to a lab. And you just see above the central area of this lab just a large hanging device with a monitor on the front bearing the face of Mum. Oh, look at that. You've made it. I doubted you, but you have made it here unscathed. And I'm just about to reboot. You can speak things along if you come, approach, and put your broken scrying orbs here on my work table, and I can fix it for you in a moment. Could you all make me investigation checks? Wait, that's why you're here? You're just here to fix phones?
Yes, they're not working.
It might
And
have
I've got an eBay thing.
Been our initial we had no idea Mum was here.
People died trying to shut down this facility down.
we didn't know because they died.
Why
and
didn't
they
you just make an
tell us.
appointment at an orbital store?
It was going to take too long. We
Wow.
just
Very
really needed
long.
it.
You
Ah,
sound
see,
very
look, there was-
moany for someone who just got brought back to life by us.
I know you're strong, but stop giving us such a tough time.
So what did you get for investigation
20.
checks?
I got a
Natural.
16.
Got a 9.
So Miriam and Cleo, you very quickly notice as you walk into this room, on the far left and right sides of this landing, before you descend the stairs toward where this Mum contraption is, there is an orb terminal on either side. You also see this workstation area where Mum is dangling above is also quite messy. There are things that are just knocked over, there's just stuff everywhere. And you also see some cracked scrying orbs that have just rolled around on the floors. And they're just there beneath Mum. Some of them are still faintly glowing. Yeah.
Okay.
I have a look at one.
Miriam will point the other terminal out to Tom, seeing that Tom hasn't seen it, and it's like, go check that out with your orb.
Alright.
Maybe there's something you can do. I'm gonna go down.
And as you descend, you hear Mum say, rebooting at 98%.
Oh.
Any minute now. Just place your scrying orb on my workstation and we can begin repairs. I don't even need to finish rebooting, but there's only a couple percent left, so I may as well. 99%.
I look at one of a few of the orbs on the floor.
Sure. Go ahead and reach into this bowl. And grab out a word, as this cracked orb is malfunctioning and has only one word on it.
I would like one.
It says
Can I get
fragile.
Yeah, you can grab one as you walk along. Tom, I think you're up on the landing still?
Where's the orb terminal?
On the landing, there's one on each side.
Yeah,
So,
that's right.
Fragile.
Okay, cool.
so what words did you get?
Actually, can I grab one if I don't have an orb?
Yeah, no, these are just orbs.
Oh, it's a
so
whole
these
orb.
are just a whole
Okay.
orb.
I got Swift.
And I got Taylor. No, fragile.
Yeah.
Any minute now. 99%.
Oh, just take the damn and I put my scrying orb on the pedestal.
You put the scrying orb on the workstation as little mechanical arms come down and just start working on the orb. Rebooting complete. Oh, it's you three. Of all the abandoned repair labs. Remember what I said to you last time? I found you, and I will end you! And it's time to roll initiative. Or rather, I will roll initiative for you. So, as soon as Mum regained her functionality and synced herself with the memories that are stored on Repairer, you immediately saw a barrier fly up around her, and this colored red force field then just protrudes holographic spikes as arms descend from the ceiling that appear to be turret cannons. As your quick draw crossbow goes off just as the force field comes up, and a 17 is not enough to pierce this barrier.
Ouch. Well, I'll put that dice down.
So I've rolled initiative, and Mom goes first.
Oh, good.
Well, this worked out great. I get to kill you now. As the turrets begin firing up. And it looks like Mom has hacked into our recording because we had a bunch of technical issues. And our camera died, and we have to rejig it, but it's fine, the show must go on. And she begins firing her turrets that have just descended from the ceiling. And she's going to make 3 turret attacks. At the one at each of you. Tom up on the landing and Miriam and Cleo down here right in front of this force field. And these shots don't even have to aim at you.
What?
They just fire automatically without making an attack roll. So they're going to hit you and you're going to take 8 necrotic damage as you're blast with this negative energy.
Ouch.
And
Ouchie, mama.
it's Margaret's turn, and she's up on the landing near Tom, and I can help. Let me run over to this terminal. And she runs over to the terminal on the left side of the maintenance lab, up on the landing, opposite from where Tom is. And she, thank you, reads out, it says, defense is engaged, barrier is spiked, plating is fortified.
Okay, well that makes sense. I pointed the spikes.
So Tom can hold on to Margaret's little bowl. So she's in front of the terminal, and if she has any of the orbs that you may discover, she'll just be there.
Okay.
It's Cleo's turn.
I throw over fragile.
Cool. So you've picked up the cracked scrying orb that just has the word fragile on it. Go ahead and make me an athletics check as you try to hurl this orb
Please.
up to Margaret.
That is a 16.
And she catches it.
Like a Pokeball.
She'll have to wait until her next turn to do that. But that was your action as well, to throw her the orb.
And then I want to hide for cover from these big, horrible, spiky things.
So you retreat from Mom's spiked force field and just hide behind like a little work desk. And it is Miriam's turn.
Okay, she's going to try and give the force field a crack, I think.
Sure.
So,
So Miriam approaches this spiked red force field with her hammer. Go ahead and try. I'd like to see you try.
very well.
Come on, come at me, bro.
I'll come right at you, bro. Let's do it. Okay, cool. So I rolled, I think it's a 26 and a 21.
Both of those are going to hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Sweet. Thank you. So the first one I'm going to use my Planar Warrior. So it makes the force damage, which is good because it's not that much damage. 12 points of force damage on the first hit.
Yep. And on that first hit, you're going to take 4 force damage as the spikes protrude out at you.
Ouch.
You have hit on your second attack, but you can choose to not hit if you'd like, or just go ahead and roll the damage.
Nah, I'm going to do it. Already said it was. And that's 11 on the second strike.
Yep. So as you strike the barrier twice, the small cracks begin to spread through it, but it doesn't look like you've done a lot of damage yet. But you're also going to take 11 damage from the second round of
I regret my
spikes.
decision. Miriam's okay, but not great.
You never were a smart one, Miriam. Gargoyles.
All right.
Do you want to hide as well?
I don't like that back talk.
And it is Tom's turn. You are up at the right side of the room, up on the landing next to the terminal. Would you like to read it out?
Yes.
Here you go. As the words flash up in front of you.
Turrets engaged. Targeting is automated. Projectiles decaying.
That should say projectiles are decaying. I forgot about that typo.
Okay, right.
And yeah, as part of your action to open this terminal, you can swap one word with something that is on the orb that you are holding.
targeting is decaying.
That means it's going to get weaker, right?
But if projectiles are automated, wouldn't that mean that they'd like constantly be going
Well,
out?
that's why it just hit us, right? Because it's automated.
No, the targeting is automated, so that's why when it did go off, it didn't need to like
Yeah.
find us, right?
Right.
Yeah.
But if the projectile, if I swapped them around,
The projectiles
the
are...
projectiles would be
maybe
automated,
that
so
means
wouldn't
it
that
will
mean they'd be
continue to fire, but it will fire poorly.
Maybe.
But you're also holding onto an orb, are you not?
yeah.
So you
what
have
does it
access
say?
to some
it
extra
it
words.
Says, it says frigid, doesn't it?
Is that the
Can
orb
I
that you're...
technically?
Yeah, so if you change that one, it'll change it for both
Yeah.
orbs.
So, doesn't matter what the hyperbots are, right? So I could make the hyperbots automated
Sure.
and then make the targeting frigid. What would that mean?
Maybe
We'll have to find out on Mum's turn.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
I can tell you that.
Oh, yeah. Okay. And projectiles decaying. Well, that's good, right?
No, that
Oh,
means it's
decaying, necrotic.
I don't understand.
So necrotic is like a dark energy that makes things decay.
Like decaying damage.
Oh, I see.
So you saw,
Right.
you make the realization, Tom, that you just got hit with a bolt of necrotic energy as you are just feeling like just absolutely decaying and rotten
Oh,
inside.
I see. Okay.
So you're changing the
Targeting is cold.
Targeting
Frigid.
is frigid. Cool. And with that, it's back to Mum.
Oh, where am I going? Oh no, I threw the thing.
Yeah, you threw the thing.
I was like,
So we
oh.
try to get a second turn.
I want to keep on going.
As it goes back to Mum's turn, as the turrets begin charging up again. I will enjoy this. Prepare to die. As the turrets charge up and will make 3 attacks at the 3 of you again.
Great.
But as they, as the turrets begin charging, I have no beef with Margaret. Also, look at the biceps on that one.
There you go.
Yowza. As the turrets begin charging up and frost begins to spread along them, the frost combines into the projectile, but it looks like that the turrets themselves are just moving very slowly, and they're creaking around as they're trying to target you. So each of these attack rolls will be made at disadvantage.
Yes! Good choice.
So the first one at Cleo, well, that's just a 1. So a...
It blows up. I don't want to do you for you, but kill it.
So a frozen bolt of energy just flies over you where you're hiding behind this desk, and it just shatters a box of scrying orbs, and they just go flying. Cleo, could you please make me a dexterity save? As you think you might be able to grab one of these.
Oh, yes.
21.
And you do! Go ahead and grab an orb from the box of random words.
I'm gonna grab the one that's on the floor.
Oh, floor orb.
Flawed.
Chaotic.
And you pick up a shattered orb that says chaotic on it.
Seems
As
right.
the rest of these blasts continue firing off. Next one at Miriam at disadvantage. And this one's going to miss you entirely.
Good.
And the last one at Tom. And even with disadvantage, this will still hit you, Tom.
Damn.
As you're going to take an amount of damage.
1,000,000.
That is 5.
Oh, okay.
Why don't you uncanny dodge it?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna dodge
You take 2 cold damage.
Yeah.
It's cold.
I get little icicles where the like
Oh,
water
on
is on my fur.
Oh.
But then it melts because
Yeah.
it's really hot.
Oh yeah, the atmosphere is hot. So it is Margaret's turn. And she is at the terminal, and you can decide what she does with the word
Alright,
swapping.
So she's got barrier is spiked or plating is. Maybe get rid of fortified and change that to fragile. Plating is fragile,
Yeah,
right?
do
Oh
that.
no, because we can't get through the barrier.
Yeah, that's the back. Isn't that the plating?
So it says
It's
barrier
fine.
is spiked,
She's got a barrier. and
plating
she's got
is
armor.
fortified.
So I'm thinking maybe if we
Okay,
do
let's get rid of
barrier
the
is
spikes.
fragile.
Yeah.
And then maybe the plating is chaotic, and that means it will.
Yeah, well, you'll need to throw that one up again. Or run up there.
Yeah, so yeah,
Cool.
Margaret only has the fragile orb.
Cool. Give a swap. We're swapping spiked with fragile.
So as Tom
Which is seemingly very hard.
so as Tom switches these words on the terminal, the spikes on this red force field just retract as the crack that you created, Miriam, begins to spread. And it is Cleo's turn.
I want to use Fey teleportation.
Mhm.
It's a bonus action to get to the computer where Margot's at.
Yep.
And then I will use chaotic on the plating.
Sure. So you Misty Step up to the terminal and change plating to chaotic.
I don't know what that means. I'm not sure I want to know what that means.
I just imagine if the armor is chaotic, then it's like not good armor,
True or inconsistent?
which is better than fortified.
Sure.
I think.
Arguably, it's better.
As you switch the two words and you see, like, looks like there was layers of fortified metal protecting Mum on all of her bits dangling from the ceiling. And she says, "Oh, you're going to regret that," as the plating retracts, and then it gets all weird. It gets all wobbly, and it starts just protruding in weird shapes, and her metal plating just shifts through different hues and colors. It begins flaming for a second, and then it changes to complete pitch darkness. And she's just now this undulating mass of chaotic energy.
What have you done? What have you done?
And it's Miriam's turn. You are standing in front of this this cracked force field that
Yeah.
will no longer hurt you.
I'm gonna hit the fragile.
And it looks like it's going to give way at any second.
Cool. So I'm gonna go for. I'll do two. I'll roll 2 attacks, but the second one will be on her if I break through.
Yeah, sure.
If that makes sense. Okay. Well, both are 14s.
Sure. And a 14 is going to be enough.
Cool.
Go ahead and roll damage.
Cool. I'll also use my. What do you call it? Well, I'll use my regular hit on the first hit.
Mhm.
And that's 8 points.
Yep.
Of bludgeoning damage.
Mhm.
Is the force field still up?
No. So you shatter this force field as the bits of red just shatter like glass and fall away and blink out of existence.
Nice.
And Cleo, you're up at the terminal and you just see the line with barrier is fragile just disappear.
No.
And the word fragile is gone.
Oh no.
Damn it.
It's for the best.
I just don't know.
Alright.
And it is now...
Wait, do we get the
Oh,
other
yes,
attack?
sorry, yes.
Yeah.
And you do get the second attack. So the barrier comes down and you're able to rush up to where Mum is. She still has her large monitor that is still taunting you with its blank, expressionless face. But everything around her, all the bits that are attached to her, even the turrets that are descending from the ceiling, are all just wobbling.
I don't like wobbling. I'm going to go and try and throw the bad boys at her face.
Yep, with the 14.
Oh, yeah, with the 14, yeah. Does that hit?
So you fling the bad boys at her, and they go flying, and you miss with the 14.
Damn.
And instead, they just disappear. Your hammer disappears as it just phases into Mum's mechanical, chaotic mass, and they don't return.
That's why I was aiming for the monitor! Shut!
But you missed.
Oh no, not the bros.
Not my bad boys!
So it is now Tom's turn.
So I'm up on the top, right?
Mm-hmm. You can see that there are more orbs just rolling around on the ground down where Miriam is.
Hard for me to get there.
You could jump off from here and you'd be fine, but then getting back up might be harder.
Yeah, just do it.
But wouldn't I be better off getting somebody to throw me up one?
I'm not going to have
we
a
wanna
turn
get this
until
one.
next round.
Yeah, true.
We want to
Yeah,
get
that's
the
what I'm
plating.
trying to do. But if I jump down,
Oh, you're,
I get it
you're
work.
on the opposite side of the room.
yeah, I've got to run over to that one.
Hmm.
But I don't have anything to swap it with, really.
Oh, you could throw it to me. Maybe on my turn.
Sorry, what's you?
The orb.
The orb.
If you go down.
Oh, right, if I go down.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, alright, I'll run down and grab it.
Cool. So you just jump off the landing and land gracefully on your feet because you are a cat. And
Good job.
you search around for a nearby orb and go ahead and reach into this bowl.
Wait, don't you have zoomies?
Yeah, Tabaxi can do zoomies. It make you real fast. I guess
I think, and then you can't use any movement until... Oh, you can't use the feature again? Or you can't
you
use
can't
any
do it
movement?
again until you don't move in a turn.
Yeah.
But I think with that, you could jump down, grab an orb, and then run back to the terminal if you are using your dash, which is a bonus action. So yeah, you could totally do that.
Yeah, I'll do that then.
Then zoom.
Yeah. So what word did you grab?
Oh, I haven't yet.
So your pupils dilate. Like, I've got this.
As you jump off the landing, grab an orb, and just sprint back up the stairs to where you jumped off from.
I got toxic.
And you got toxic. Unfortunately, it was your action to grab the orb, but now you are here again at the terminal.
Dun, 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 dun.
It's-
Plating is Britney Spears.
and it's back to Mum's turn. So much chaotic power! And she's going to attempt to fire her turrets, which are still frigid. 3 again! So she's going to target 1 at each of you. Actually, she's going to target Tom twice. Because you
easy to hit.
Well, that was a crit, so but it's at disadvantage. But I believe that will still hit you. Yes, it's only just hits you. So you're going to take 8 cold damage as another bolt fires off at you, but it fails completely and misses.
You can use your uncanny dodge.
Oh yeah.
Take half of that again.
Do it. Do it.
I don't know why I don't know that this is a thing every time.
We're loading now in real time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess you would have only taken 4
4
damage.
damage, yeah.
And the last one is going to go over at Cleo, who is also at a terminal at disadvantage. And that is not going to hit you again, as these turrets are just moving around very slowly. And then chaotic energy just bursts out of Mum, and Miriam, you are closest to it. So let's see what happens.
Oh no.
Her plating just begins to grow towards you, and it looks like it's growing into almost plant life.
Oh.
So I need you to make me a strength save.
Oh, okay. Is it my favorite terrain by any chance?
What is your favorite terrain?
Forest.
Forest? That looks quite foresty.
Okay.
I'll give you advantage on that.
Yeah, come on, Ranger. It doesn't matter. Strength save,
Yep.
is it?
Mhm.
It is 17.
Cool. So these roots and vines just come out seemingly from Mum. It looks like they would be her cables, but instead it's just flourishing plant life. And it tries to strangle you and pin you down, but you manage to break free. And you are fine.
Nice.
However, the bad boys have still not returned. And it is Margaret's turn, who's staying next to Cleo. What should I do?
Can she take this off me?
You would need to throw it on your turn.
She's
Doesn't you
strong.
get back up?
Maybe she should
Aren't I
take.
there? Aren't I like right next to her?
No, because there are 2 terminals on 2 opposite sides of the room.
But I thought
across the
I
landing.
ran over to that
Yeah,
one.
she came over to us.
Yeah.
Oh,
When I jumped back up, I jumped over to theirs.
No,
because
because-
that's the one that
yeah.
we need.
sorry, my mistake. Then you are here.
Yes. Then can
So-
she not just grab it from me?
Yep. So she, with her strong arm, she grabs the toxic orb
Toxic?
and can interact however you'd like.
Wait, do we want to make it?
Plating is toxic.
Surely that's going to be
Depends for
very chaotic.
whom.
Wow. No. Yep. Go ahead. Maybe bad boys will come back.
Yeah, I think so. Because
Yeah.
if you
If it's
wore
attached
armor
to
that's
them, right?
toxic, you would
Throw it
be
up.
in pain.
Okay. Yeah. Give it a go. Go on, Margaret.
Not the bad boys. This is non-canon.
This is semi-canon.
I'll be
tiny cannon.
distraught. Yeah.
Alright. Plating is now toxic.
So you change the plating to toxic as this mass of energy just begins to condense and chill out. And then suddenly the entire armor plating is just covered in spines, which begin dripping.
Again.
Well, now it's the plating, not the force field. Little tiny pointy spines just jut out of her armor plating, and they begin dripping just a thick purple poison. And then, this will suit me as... and you hear clunk, clunk, clunk from inside her.
Bad boys, is that you?
Miriam, we're on some kind of... We went on like a crazy odyssey. It was just all lights and psychedelic and whoa. And like, now we're inside a robot. And Mom's going to make a constitution save. And she's going to take some damage.
Yeah.
Bad boys on the inside.
So
Chill, mum.
The bad boys are coming from inside the robot.
so she takes like a big chunk of damage as
Great.
parts of her just fall off, and you see the thunk, thunk, thunk as it sounds like the bad boys are trying to make their way back to you. And it's Cleo's turn.
Can I get downstairs if I run?
No, you would have to jump. And
And
you are
I'm-
not a cat, so I'll get you to make an acrobatics
What
check.
do you mean I'm not a cat?
Also, you can just fly.
I can, but it
but
takes
it's
an
an
action.
action.
Can I
Are you
have
not?
free
Can you not like?
free action?
I want to do. What's that?
Can I ask you to throw me your orb?
I don't have it.
That would be an action.
To ask her to throw.
Oh, yeah, you can say that. Yeah.
Throw me your orb.
As in this one.
Yeah.
All right, then I.
Or Tom's. I don't care. One of you, throw me your orb.
I throw you this one because it's got 2 spots.
Great.
Go ahead and make me another athletics check as you are hurling this.
Come on. That's good.
That is 17.
Yep. And you just hold it up and catch Cleo's orb.
I've got a plan.
Now it says, "Hello, Miriam," whatever it says on the orb.
Yeah. Helpbots automated. Your clearance level is overseer. Yeah.
And it is now Miriam's turn.
So I'm going to use my action to replace my clearance level is overseer with swift.
Ooh. Nice.
And see what that.
So you are now affected by the haste spell.
Yes.
So the action you used to do that is now replaced with an additional action. Plus you have a bunch of bonuses
Thank you.
as energy courses through you and you feel very swift. And you feel like releasing a few albums.
Maybe
I
once
feel like
they-
the first
Something
one's gonna
folksy.
be folk.
And yeah, you have the rest of your turn with double movement and a bunch of other things.
Yeah, bonus to my AC, all sorts of shit. Cool. I'm gonna go and use my 2 attacks on the giant mum. Oof. So the first one is a not enough because it's a 1, and the second one is an 18.
Cool. So you'll hit with the 18, but I'm also going to get you to make a Constitution save with advantage
'Cause it's
because you
poison?
are a dwarf. It is poison.
Not good enough though. 6.
So you're going to take only 8 poison damage.
Okay.
Do you have resistance to poison damage?
I do as well. Yes.
Oh, okay. So you take
I'll
half of that.
4.
But you do have the poison condition now until the start of your next turn, as you just feel a bit icky.
All right. Well, I'll do
go
the
ahead and roll
damage. Yeah. And I do. Oh, I don't have bad boys back. So who am I attacking them with? This is an issue.
I mean,
Throw orbs.
Miriam does canonically just have a bunch of weapons on her.
yeah,
at all
I've got
times.
like a hand axe.
Yeah.
So I'll just replace one of these.
Yeah, with like 1 less attack because it's not a magical weapon, you'd still hit. So
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the attack bonus would be the same. So that is a total of 18.
cool. You do
Force
a
damage.
very hefty blow as you
Impressive.
more parts of her fall off, and you kind of just break her face a bit, and it reforms. But she is not looking good. As the ceiling is beginning to just drop bits of machinery, and you just hear the conk, 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 conk of the bad boys trying to get back to you, still ripping through her. And it is Tom's turn.
Thanks, Cleo.
So I'm up the top thing, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So you're next to Cleo and Margaret.
And I don't understand where Mum is. Is she not?
So-
down on the ground, or is
See,
she-
like if you look on the map, there's like a kind of like a horseshoe landing sort of thing. So you're above her,
Right.
and then down the stairs is the little area where she is, dangling down from the ceiling. So you could target her from here if you have.
Yeah, is it like could I throw something at her? Or
Totally.
would that not be okay? And she's like a screen, yeah.
She's kind of the whole facility, much like Repairer.
But what
But-
were they aiming at?
Just like her bits that are all just there, they're just
Yeah,
falling
no,
apart.
There's
at
the
this
monitor.
point.
Yeah,
There's the
yeah,
monitor
yeah,
itself.
that's what I mean.
Monitor
like,
itself.
It's like a screen, right?
Yeah,
So I kind of want to throw like a meat tenderizer
sure.
Great.
at her because it'll be like an axe throwing almost.
Go ahead and
Right.
roll to hit with +6, and you'll have sneak attack because Miriam is right there, axing away
That's it.
at her face.
All right. So. +6. 16.
That will hit her. So go ahead and roll. I guess we could treat that as a hand axe. Plus you get your 3d6 sneak attack. So 4d6 in total plus your dexterity.
Wow.
Get on out of the way. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 17.
Cool. As you hack off like a very large piece, one of her turrets just falls off entirely and crashes into another turret. And she's now just down to one turret. She's not looking good.
Good.
But she's still up, and it's her turn.
I will destroy you. Even if you destroy this backup copy, I have many backups in many places. I will still get you.
And she's going to target her last turret at Miriam at disadvantage.
Yeah, back up this, you oversized floppy disk.
And the frost bolt just goes over you again and completely misses. And it's Margaret's turn. What do I do?
You're strong and beautiful, Margaret.
You're right, I am strong and beautiful.
That's not true. She's strong and alive.
I am alive. And she jumps off of the landing and she vaults herself across with her muscular arms and jumps into Mom just with her elbow down to drive down.
Like a
what remains.
WWF.
Yeah. And let's hope she hits. And she does.
Hooray.
And that's enough to destroy Mom left. She had 3 hit points.
Oh, wow.
So
And she goes-
Margaret jumps off the landing and just elbows down into what remains of Mom. As Mom begins to fade away, I will still get the 3 of you one day. As Margaret comes down, as the whole facility begins to fall apart. As with Mom gone, the power now goes off. As Margaret's arms begin to shrink. Alright, we did it. And yes, this does mean I die now. But thank you so much. I don't know. Look me up, see if my family's still alive, I guess. And tell them I died a hero. As her skin begins to decay and turn to dust, and she's reduced to just a skeleton.
My God.
As you are now in a dark maintenance lab.
I use my light spell.
And you light it back up. And all of these broken scrying arms are still faintly glowing on the ground, rather, as are the ones that you are holding. There is just a skeleton in front of you. The smashed remains of this backup of Mom.
I'm gonna look over. Is my my orb fixed?
Your orb is not fixed.
Damn it! I was so hoping she did it.
Because it was about to fix it just as...
that's fine.
But hey, you know what? Like, I'm sure in your downtime, you could just line up at an Orbital store and get it fixed.
I'll just pick up one of the other orbs for now.
But yeah, so you have defeated Mom. And we are running a little bit over time, so that brings us to the conclusion of our show. Any parting remarks from our characters here?
This felt very pointless.
My phone still works.
And I discovered I didn't like orbs anyway.
As Cleo gets a text from Nokia Spherica, hey, did you die yet?
No, we survived.
Glad you're alive. I'll book you an appointment to fix your orbs.
Your mother.
The end! Thank you so much for watching our little PAX show, bearing with our technical difficulties.
Yes.
These are our socials. Go follow them. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. Listen to our podcast. New episodes come out every 2 weeks. And have a wonderful PAX time. Stay safe. Love each other. And good night. It's pretty late to be yelling this loud.
Bye.
Bye.